Hello everyone, I'm a postdoctoral researcher at Multimedia and the Human Understanding Group in University of Trento. Today, I'd like to introduce our recent research which is about generalized category discovery. In this slide, we call generalized category discovery as GCD. GCD aims to utilize labeled data of same categories to cluster unlabeled data from seen and unseen categories. The challenge of the GCD is about twofold. One is GCD need to jointly distinguish the known and unknown categories. Second one is GCD also need to discover the novel category without any annotations. To simultaneously address these challenges, we propose the dynamic conception contrastive learning. The idea is that samples that belong to the same conceptions should be similar to each other in the feature space. The conceptions could be regarded as ground truth classes, superclasses, and subclasses, and so on. First of all, I would like to introduce some background of GCD. 4 years ago, Dr. Han proposed a new computer vision task named New Category Discovery. This task aimed at clustering unlabeled novel category with the help of labeled data. However, it assumes that all the unlabeled data are from novel categories, which is not practical in real-world applications. Therefore, last year, they proposed a more practical task, namely GCD, which assumes that the unlabeled data come from both seen and unseen categories. In their paper, they also proposed a baseline method for GCD task. Specifically, they first used the pre-trained VIT model to extract image features, and then they applied the self-supervised contrastive learning on unlabeled data and the supervised contrastive learning on labeled data, respectively. After model training, they utilized semi-supervised k-means to cluster the unlabeled data for implementing GCD. However, it exists three drawbacks. One is inefficient use of the unlabeled data. Second one is independency between clustering evaluation and the representation learning. The third one is ignore of the underlying conceptual relationships. To overcome these drawbacks, we proposed a dynamic conceptual contrastive learning, namely DDCL, to jointly learn instance presentation and generate conception representations. This idea is motivated by a common sense that human can distinguish the category of images based on the different conceptions. So we assume that samples that belong to the same conceptions should be similar to each other in the feature space. The conception can be regarded as ground truth classes, superclasses, subclasses. For example, samples that belong to the same ground truth class should be similar to each other, such as bus and bicycle. Moreover, in the superclass view, class of transportation such as bus and bicycle should belong to the same conception, so the samples of transportation should be closer than that of other conception like animal. Similarly, samples belong to the same subclasses should be closer to that of other subclasses like a red train and a white train. The whole framework consists of two components. One is the dynamic conception generation, and the other is dual-level contrastive learning. These two components are executed alternatively until model convergence. They benefit from each other. In the dynamic conception generation, we use labeled data to consolidate the conceptual relationship between samples. Then we apply info map clustering method to adaptively generate the conceptual receptions. We also explore the estimated number of the conceptions during training. Along with the training, the conceptual generation follow a coarse-to-fine tendency. The number of generated conception on generic dataset is larger than ground truth, while it is smaller on the fine-grained dataset. By incorporating the class-level supervision into a unified contrastive learning framework, we conduct dual-level contrastive learning. The total loss is composed of three terms. The first one is instance-level contrastive learning. Second one is conceptual level contrastive learning. The third one is regularization term. We call it dispersion loss. We also verified the effectiveness of the proposed dispersion loss from the quantitative analysis and the performance analysis. From the figure and the table, our DCCL achieves new state-of-the-art performance in 3 generic datasets and 3 fine-grained datasets. We also explore the different split of seen classes and unseen classes. Our DCCL can mine efficient class-level supervision, even in scenario where only a limited number of seen classes are accessible. And also we try different clustering method. Our conceptual consolidating method is the best one. Finally, we find that leveraging potential conception relationship can significantly enhance the effectiveness of representative learning for GCD. And also, we show learning from different conceptual at various training stage is very important for high quality representation. Thanks for your attention. If you are interested in our work, please see more details in our paper or by scanning the project QR code.